Claire Ridgway, and this is Owen Emmerson, who's castle supervisor at Hever Castle, which is where we actually are. And I've flown over for a less than 24-hour visit because we've got something special to announce. And I'm going to let Owen do the announcing.
Claire and I, who've long been friends, are working on an incredibly exciting project looking at the history of Hever throughout its existence, and we're going to be publishing it in a book.
I think we actually shook hands on the project here at Hever last year.
Yeah.
We? So that was, yeah. So we came up with this idea. And the idea of the book, A Castle, Hever, A Castle and Its People, is to explore the social history of the castle. Now, social history, that sounds a bit sort of academic and boring, but it's not at all. I think we want Hever to kind of tell its story through the people that owned it, through the ages. I mean, obviously the Boleyns, I've got Anne Boleyn on the tree and portrait behind me. I mean, Anne Boleyn, the Boleyn family are the ones that are mostly known in the sort of Tudor history world for being linked with Hever. But there's so many other families, really important families, that owned it. And actually, there are lots of myths.
We're hoping to dispel a great number of those myths. For example, who actually built Hever Castle?
And when.
And when. And yet we're also going to be asking who actually lived here, as opposed to who just owned the castle. What was it like to live at Hever? And looking at all the types of people that called Hever home, including the servants.
And what the Boleyn family actually did. I mean, that's a lot of myths surrounding that as well. You know, how much did Thomas Boleyn do to the castle when he inherited it? I think Hever needs to be known as the castle of the two queens, Anne.
Absolutely.
Because there were two queens, both called Anne, that had some time here, Anne Boleyn and Anne of Cleves. And Anne of Cleves' time here is surrounded in myth as well. So we'll be blowing away a few of those inaccuracies and myths too.
Absolutely, and we're also going to rehabilitate the period that Anne was living here, Anne of Cleves that is, as it was actually owned by the Crown Estate. So we have 4 Tudor monarchs that own Hever Castle. So that's going to be incredibly exciting to uncover.
I mean, before we started really digging into Hever and its history, I knew about the ASTORS in the kind of the modern age of Hever and how much work Lord Astor had put into it. But I hadn't really heard about Captain Seabright.
Quite.
So, have you heard of Captain Seabright? And what Captain Seabright, what the castle was like when it came into his ownership and what he did to it? I mean, these are just. It's got such a wonderful, wonderful history, such a rich history, and I'm going to really, really enjoy I've got started on it, but I'm looking forward to getting it out there, I think, and sharing Hever with the world.
And we're really going to try and bring Hever, as it is now, alive for people who haven't visited, and also bring alive the castle as it was throughout the centuries. And that's going to be incredibly exciting. For example, we're standing in the Tudor kitchens right now, and we've never really been able to explore what that would have looked like. So we are going to do some reconstructions of what the rooms would have looked like throughout the ages, and also give you a sort of written tour of the castle as well.
So we really look forward to sharing this with you, and we thought it was only fitting to make this announcement of the book that we're working on here at Hever, which is the heart and soul of this book.